starting with literature review. In the literature review, specifically when we will have the main literature review, such as 2.1, innovation and its impact on business growth. This is say 2.1. 2.2, say product price or only price and business innovation. Business growth, not innovation. 2.1 is innovation and business growth, or innovation and its impact on business growth. This is 2.1. So we should have one introduction before having the review of the previous article or prior research. Similar way, 2.2, where we will be doing price and its impact on business growth. Here we will have also one little paragraph about the introduction or on the introduction. Likewise, 2.3, which is quality and its influence on business growth. Over there, we'll also try to have one introduction. Okay, not that long introduction, say 3 sentences or 4 sentences, something like that. How we can write the introduction? Say 2.1, innovation and its impact on business growth. We can write that usually there is a relationship between business innovation and growth. Okay. In other words, the businesses who applies or who have regular innovation either in their product or their services helps those type of businesses to grow rapidly, as the customers or the users, they prefer innovative product or innovative services. Okay. However, the innovation may not be equally important in every type of businesses. Some businesses where innovation is one of the top significant factors to grow the businesses, such as technological businesses like mobile phone or automobile industry. Some other businesses where innovation is not that highly required to grow the businesses, such as a hospitality industry, okay, or food industry. Okay, so this is our introduction, okay, where we are not providing any citation. Next, in your first paragraph, you have 2 references, and altogetherly you have 3 references or 3 literature review. So it's a good idea to have 3 little paragraph based on these 3 literature. So Avi Sekra 2023, then New Pen 2025. You can split them, separate them. So this is my another comment. Now alternative hypothesis, which is too long. Your null hypothesis everywhere is good. In alternate hypothesis, the very last sentence, compared to those businesses that do not innovate, delete them. We don't need this. And also the same comment applies to other two. Say, try to have one introduction, and also, if possible, split the paragraph where there are two or more than two articles are reviewed. 2.2, very last paragraph, and also you don't have page number. Please insert page number every group. So 2.2, very last paragraph. Here, as it is not an introduction or not a conclusion section, it must be supported at least by one citation or one review of literature should be there. Next, hypothesis 2, alternate hypothesis 2, rather than can, actually we need to be very certain in our hypothesis. Can is certain, unsure, might be, could be. We will be avoiding this type of word in our hypothesis. So efficient pricing and cost management are efficient pricing and cost management promote business growth. That's it. And also highlighted part, remove them. Next, 2.3, once again, introduction. Then I am moving to other part is fine. Chapter 3. Three 3.4.2. Okay, sample size. A total of 170 respondents was targeted for this research project. Now, it was targeted, but anywhere you didn't mention what was your final data you could collect it. So the targeted and our achievement could be different. Therefore, at the end or somewhere, or even after that sentence, you can say, while it was targeted, the current research fulfilled those targets. Or exactly, the current research achieved to collect data from 170 respondents which were targeted. So here somewhere you need to also mention that one, or you can change the sentence. A total 170 respondent who is the population, is the sample for this current research, or the total sample size of the current research or management project, management report is 170. Okay, something like that. You can tell that one. Next, consent. 3.6, ethical consideration. I mentioned that one in our management report. We will be writing in past participle form or simple present form, not future form. This is not a research proposal. We are writing the management report while everything is done. Therefore, say for example, and also this is not very academic writing style. Make it passive form, not active form. Okay, this is very informal. Therefore, say informed consent. Here we'll be writing that the current research project has provided a very clear explanation on the survey questionnaire regarding the survey's purpose, what is required or what was required from the participants, blah blah blah. Okay, so either present form, simple present form, the current research project provides or has provided past participle form. 3.7, not chapter, just conclusion. 3.7, just conclusion. Chapter 4, data analysis. Okay, there are two main parts of these findings. Here, correlation and regression is one, another one is demographic. Okay, so try demographic, and next one, innovation correlation analysis 4.2.1. Now, I also mentioned that when you will be doing innovation correlation, after that you will have the regression also. So you brought all the correlation first, then you started regression, which is not very ideal. So 4.2.1 innovation correlation analysis, and then you will have innovation regression analysis. Okay, then you will have the conclusion that whether the hypothesis has been accepted or rejected. Then go through the quality. Okay, price 4.2.2. then price, go to price correlation analysis, and then price regression analysis, and then have the conclusion whether hypothesis has been accepted or rejected. But another thing is you have the demographic analysis, which is very last. I prefer them first. Okay, so put the demographic analysis under 4.2. Okay, say 4.2.1, 4.2.2, whatever, if you have many subsections. Your analysis is very detailed, which is good. But you just need to rearrange them. Okay, so this is my feedback, and yeah, you can see 4.5 I also highlighted. It does mean okay, one more thing is I can see somewhere you said 170 participants, but in your table it shows 102. So you need to also make sure that the sample size are consistent.
That's for the consumer, sir. The
Consume
102.
I
Yeah.
means
think they
to buy,
separated, sir, for customers and the employees. That's why it's showing 102. But that is for customers only, and we separate for the employees.
but here there is no employee related table. I can see which is the table number, which table number. Table number is not given. And don't say this table, provide table number. Okay, so table number, and it is, what is the page number? Page number is 39 in my laptop. It shows, though page number is not given. Page number is 39. In this table it shows 102, and also page number 40 it shows same 102. Okay, if I say 102 is the customer, then 68 will be your employee or business owner or manager, which is, yeah, I can see that one in table number 40 or 41. Yes, now it makes sense. Okay. Chapter 5. It is not chapter 5. References, you write chapter 5. I
That's
mean,
We
typo?
haven't done it, sir, yet. It's
Yeah,
typo.
so
Mm, okay. Okay, thank you, group. And before I forgetting, I'm telling everyone that at QI, we are um, organizing monthly research seminar. Okay, a monthly research seminar, and usually I am the responsible person to organize those monthly research seminar. And usually that monthly research seminar is for our lecturers and academics. However, we are also thinking to involve our research student, specifically from last trimester. Okay, MBA student, if any of the group is interested. Just give me 1 second. Okay, now as this your thesis, it looks okay for or okay to me. If you group wants to present from this thesis sometime next month or this month, okay, then please let me know. I will be organizing that monthly research seminar, and I will be giving you a scope to present. It is not only Jendy's group, Mikhail's group, if you also want to, and also you can write that one in your CV, and you will get some feedback from other lecturers, not only from me, but also the other lecturers. They will be attending that seminar. So please let me know if any of the group who are interested, and also if any of the group is planning to do research masters or PhD, then this is another thing. It will add value in your CV that you have presented in an academic research seminar organized by KY. So this is, though it is not huge, it will impact hugely, but this is something better than nothing. Okay, it will be obviously impacting little bit or some than nothing. Therefore, you can think about. Now, Hardik, you raised your hand. Hardik, yes.
Yeah, yes, sir. I confused. Uh, yeah, this assessment is two primary research and secondary research. So that's why both is take and make it the assessment. Yeah, take one. Yeah, make it the assessment.
I didn't get your question, Hardik. Can you please repeat again?
Yeah, this assessment is a two research is primary and secondary. I take one research and make it the assessment. Yeah, both use and make it the assessment.
Okay, so primary and secondary data collection. Yes, you can collect data, primary data or secondary data. It's up to you. You don't need to get the data from both primary and secondary. If you collect data primarily and conduct your analysis and write your management report or thesis, submit that one, fine. If you do not collect data primarily, another option is to collect the data secondarily from secondary data sources and do the analysis and write your management thesis, submit that. Okay, so
Okay.
either way.
Only choose one research and make it the assessment.
Yes. So
Okay.
I'm not saying assessment. I'm saying it's a management thesis or
Okay.
management, at least management report, because it is huge. It got 5 chapters.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm not saying it is an assessment. Simple. It is not an essay or report. It is not like that. It is
Okay.
very heavy thesis. And yes, you can do your management report or management thesis based on primary data or secondary data. It's up to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Did you collect data yet?
No, I started right now and choose the topic is the role of human resource management in the post-growth enterprise. A study on adapting talent management, compensation, and leadership of the sustainable business model. I work this topic.
How many members in your group, Hardik?
Two members.
Two members. How many classes so far you have attended?
I have all.
All.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really afraid, Hardik.
Yeah.
First thing is the topic you have selected. This is not our topic. I
Okay.
gave you, I gave you the topic,
Yeah.
and we will discussing this one and from week 7. Okay, now it is week 10 or even week 6. We've been discussing that one. The topic is on our subject outline. We
Okay.
have 3 specific research question. We need
Okay.
to um, do our research on that 3 specific research question. We can't go away from those 3 research question. If you have something different, then the outcome or result will be very, very poor. I mean, certainly it will be like 20% mark, 80% marks will be taken away. It means clear fail. Um, Only you have the option to go to either when you'll be collecting your data, primary or secondary, you can choose the industry or the organization. This is the freedom you have. But
Okay.
the title, research topic is constant, fixed for everyone. There is no way to change the research title, research question, a specific research question. This is determined, predetermined. Okay. Say, for example, Jendi and her group collected data from um, hospitality industry, such as coffee shop and bakeries and all these things. Okay. Mikhail, what is the data you collected from? From where you collected your data, Mikhail?
From customers and you mean locations?
Yeah, organization,
Their
automobile industry. Okay.
car
Yes,
yeah car industry.
automobile.
They
Yeah. So you have only the choices to select your company or industry, but your topic, your research question is very determined. And another thing is, Hardik,
Yeah.
as you are very regular student, you told, it is too late, man. We
Okay.
are
Okay.
on week 10. We are on week 10. Now we have 8 days. Okay. We have 8 days to submit our
Yeah. Yeah.
thesis. Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
It is not something that you collect data today and you are writing
Yeah.
tomorrow, and you can submit. Okay. Anyway, thank
I,
you. Now
okay.
I am going to Mikhail and his group. Mikhail and your group also, please look at that every members are here. So abstract, you uh, didn't make that one chapter wise. You write uh, 1 is abstract, 2 is background, okay, 3 is research aim and objective. My recommendation is make it a chapter wise. I will be showing you once again what do I mean by chapter wise. I already showed that one many times, but still I will be showing everyone again in our today's class, which is the very last important class. Okay, what do I mean by chapter wise? So make this one chapter wise. Um, in your introduction chapter, which consists of background, then research aim and objective, time frame, and Gantt chart. So these are the 3 areas you have included in your chapter 1, which is introduction chapter. Um, research background, and also from research background you can split that one, say research background, and also from here you can have research significance or importance of research. Okay, so this background is very informative, very long. So here you can split this section into two sections. One is research background, another one is research significance or research importance. Research aim and objective, okay, and then time frame. But you do not, you have Gantt chart, which is very brief. You can have the Gantt chart on, okay, as you have completed that one. Okay, now section 5, hypothesis, research hypothesis, and whole hypothesis I highlighted. I told you previously that hypothesis will not be like this. Okay, I will be also again showing you how we'll be constructing hypothesis. But at this moment, please make a note that hypothesis will be after the literature review. Say, for example, you completed literature review 1, which is innovation and its impact on business growth. Okay, and then you will have just one sentence based hypothesis. Okay, say for example, there is a statistical significant relationship between innovation and business growth. That's it. Okay, then say it is chapter 2, not say, obviously it is chapter 2. So second, our literature review is quality and or price and business growth. You completed all your literature review, then you will have the hypothesis, say quality of the product or service significantly influence on business growth. So this is the hypothesis. Okay, now literature review, which is section 7, production cost and competitiveness. Yes, cost and competitiveness we have 1, and then quality as a driver of growth. Okay, and innovation and business growth. Yes, you have your hypothesis, you have your literature review, but they need to, I mean, this hypothesis need to come under that. Say, for example, 7.3, you have innovation and business growth. Okay, when you have completed that one, before 7.4, you will have the hypothesis there. And that hypothesis will be innovation related hypothesis, innovation and business growth related hypothesis. Likewise, 7.2, which is quality and business growth. When you completed that one just before 7.3, you will be inserting your hypothesis here before 7.3, and it is relating to quality and business growth, one sentence based hypothesis. Okay, now data analysis, which is data analysis is 8, and 8.1 is methodology. I think it is section 8 should be research methodology, not data analysis. Data analysis is chapter 4 and methodology is chapter 3. So after literature review, we will have the research methodology. Okay, so 8, section 8, change that one, write research methodology, and also not 8, it will be 3. Okay, so 3 will be research methodology, and under research methodology you will have data analysis, all these things, and also you mixed data analysis and methodology together. 8.4, I can see overview of the population. Not population, it is actually overview of the sample. Population and sample, they are not same. You said that customers number is 103, from where they come from. So this is not your population, this is your sample. So also change that wording. Now, correlation and regression analysis, you just showed R equals 0.65 and R equals minus 0.20, and also R equals 0.70. Here you just brought the result, and also regression analysis beta, p-value, you brought that one. My recommendation is, Mikhail and your group, please also copy the analysis from your Excel or SPSS and paste here. Okay, so that it will be more reliable. These are the evidence. Okay, we don't need to put them in appendix. And I believe that you also didn't put in appendix. So every group, please copy the regression and correlation and regression table from Excel or from SPSS in our chapter 4. Another thing is, when you are doing them, as I mentioned last week class, and also I uploaded that one on Moodle, that what will be the structure. Please follow that structure. I have already uploaded very specific structure so that it will come together. Say research question 1, specific research question 1, we also need to analyze the data based on research question 1 first, okay, using the correlation and regression, and then interpret them and also make the conclusion based on the correlation and regression. What are the conclusion? That whether the hypothesis has been accepted, I mean alternate hypothesis has been accepted or rejected. Okay, tell that one very clearly. Then go to the research question 2 analysis using the same pattern and make the conclusion, and then go to the third research question analysis using the same pattern, make the conclusion, finish chapter 2 4, finish. Okay, so this is now section 9. Suddenly you bring research design. Okay, and 9.1 research philosophy and approach, philosophical foundation, so which is very haphazard way it is arranged. Okay, so you analyze the data first, then methodology next. This is not the pattern. You will have the methodology first, then analysis next. Okay, so this is our methodology, and we will be following that methodology to analyze the data. This is my recommendation to you. And then reference list, you don't need to have the number like 10 or something, just references or list of references. And another thing is, the references should be alphabetical order. I can see it is not alphabetical order so far, so please have that. And also please follow the Harvard referencing style. In Harvard referencing style, we do italic of our journal name or of our book name. Okay, say for example, Bopage and Sharma 2014 on page number 21. Here your journal is Australasian Accounting, Business and Finance Journal. It should be italic. Okay, Or for example, say next one, Din Sargok, okay, probably French name or something, or European name. Sustainability is the journal, okay. So this should be italic. So this is my comment to Mikhail and your group.
Dr.
Any
Basil?
question from you?
Yeah. Thank you very much for all these comments. And maybe 15 minutes ago, I sent you another piece of text. And by my mistake, I didn't add it to the draft. And it's like another piece of work of one of my classmates. And maybe if you have time afterwards, if you provide some opinion, it would be also very valuable for us.
Okay, not a problem.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Mahak Saini, your work I'm looking at. Okay, Mahak, how many members in your group, Mahak?
4.
All 4 are here. Now, Mahak, your title, research title is The Impact of Sustainable Packaging on Consumer Purchasing Decisions in the Retail Sector in India. Okay. Who gave you this topic?
Sorry?
Who gave you this topic?
So we just decided, like, it's me and Anim. It was same in last assignment. So we continued with that.
Okay. Now, as I've been telling students from week 7 that we have week 7, week 8, week 9, even week 6, I think also, we're discussing that we have our set topic, and every student, you need to have that set topic. Okay, no student, no group is allowed to have any different topic. Okay, we have our research question, primary research question, specific research question are given, and everyone need to research on it, not your own decided topic. Therefore, this management report or this thesis is not acceptable, Mahak. Okay, so this is very wrong area. You have done your research, which is not acceptable. Not packaging, sustainable packaging. This is not our topic. Look, doctor's taking it there. That's doctor. You understood, Mahak?
Yes, sir.
So you can think about with your group members. Aha, oh, why my camera is like this? I don't know what it's showing. Very colorful. I don't know. Anyway, so you need to think about how you will be addressing our title, our set title, and I'm not sure how many class you have attended or how many class your group members has attended so far. I don't know. Some student you just attend but do not pay very good attention. Anyway, it's up to you. You can think about it. You can discuss with your group members. If you go to the subject outline and if you discuss with some other group members, such as say Mikhail or Mary or Jendi or Karin Okay, you will be learning from them also that we have some 3 specific research question. Okay, thank you, Mahak. Any other group? So no matter you are sending to me or not, but you must need to have the correct research. Okay, research on the correct topic. If you have the research on very wrong topic, it will not be accepted. Okay, so I'm telling it to everyone, it must be very correctly done. Okay, otherwise it will not be accepted. Please make a note. Okay, now today our agenda, we have 2 agendas. We will be rediscussing about chapter 4, which I discussed last week, and also we will be focusing on chapter 5. Okay, so I will be very quickly discussing chapter 4 because chapter 4 already I discussed last week, and chapter 5 I will be discussing detailed. Okay, therefore everyone please go to Moodle site, and over there chapter 4, do you have any chapter 4? Yeah, chapter 4 layout under topic 10 or week 10. Okay, topic 10, if you go to topic 10, you can see there the very last word file is chapter 4 layout. Okay, that one you can look at. Everyone please look at that one. It will give a very clear idea what are the expectation from chapter 4, or how you will be laying out or designing section subsection of chapter 4. And also you can see on the screen. Chapter 4. Here you can see we have all togetherly 4 sections. Okay, actually it should be 5 sections including the conclusion. Anyway, 4 or 5 sections. First section is introduction, then 4.2 data presentation. As I already mentioned to Jendy's group, that we will be presenting all the data what we collected from our participants. Last week also I mentioned that you can have single table, but in that table you can have 2 section. Okay, say for example, single table, first section, data collected from customers, and second section, data collected from business owner / business manager / employees. Okay, if you do not want to have 2 sections on the same table, you can split that table. Okay, 2 tables, same thing, 2 tables. So this is, and also you will be explaining them, this table, in a paragraph, in 1 paragraph, from where you collected data, and I mean where means geographical location. Okay, and what is the size of the data, and also what are the different questions you asked. You don't need to write all the questionnaire, some of the important questionnaire, or just brief. Say for example, while the current management report or management thesis collected data from the customers, 2 sets of questions were asked. One set of question was demographic, and another set of question or second set of question was relating to the their preferences on innovation, product price, and product quality. Okay, that's it. Similar thing when you will be also describing the data or sample collected from the business related people, then you can say likewise the current management report collected data from, say for example, it is hospitality industry or it is automobile industry, whatever. Automobile industry from three main states in Australia, which are NSW, Victoria, and Queensland, for example. Okay. And the current research project or management report collected, say 32 sample business related sample or business employee related sample from NSW, 21 sample from Victoria, and remaining 13 sample from Queensland. Okay. Then what are the questions you asked? Okay. Once again, two sets of questions were asked to the business related participants, which are demographic and product innovation, product quality, and product price. Altogetherly, say for example, 13 questions were asked to them to collect the quantitative data. So this is the explanation you are making. Now, demographic analysis. So look at your demographic question. For example, 3 demographic questions you have, and analyze those 3 demographic questions or present those 3 demographic questions in percentage, in table, or in pie chart, bar chart, or histogram. Okay. Say for example, your in one table you are showing, or in one pie chart you are showing that 30% of your sample is employee, okay, or 35% is employee, another 35% is manager, and remaining 30% is business owner. So in a pie chart you're showing, or whatever the percentage you are showing, to make that pie chart or bar chart. Okay, for example, or for example, the employees or managers experience. Okay, some of them are 5 years plus experience, some of them are just 1 year experience, some of them are say 3 years experience. So show them in a diagram. Okay, pie chart, bar chart, histogram, whatever. Very simple, very easy. 4.4, which is more significant in chapter 4. Last week also I told about 70% marks or 80% marks will be coming from section 4, 4.4, chapter 4, section 4, 4.4. Here, please analyze the data applying correlation first. So you can see, first we will have the correlation. Okay, and also please cut and paste the correlation analysis table from here from Excel. Okay, and so then interpretation, and we may have these 4 types of interpretation. Okay, very strong, then strong or good, moderate, poor, and negligible. Actually 5 interpretation could be one of the 5. At the same time, you will not have 5, one of the 5, either very strong or moderate or poor or negligible. Okay, so look at your result from the interpretation. And Mikhail and your group, you showed the score, but there is no correlation table. As a result, I suggested them to bring the correlation table here. Okay, so please cut and paste the correlation table. Otherwise, how can your reader know that you just make this correlation score by yourself, or you genuinely done the correlation? Okay, though we trust you, but we also want to have the evidence. Okay, and do not make the correlation table probably Jendi and your group. Some of the table eyes looks like you just make them. Do not make them. Okay, copy. Okay, copy from Excel. Okay, we want to get the clear evidence. Okay, yes, I know that many of your table are cutting and pasting, which is good, which we want from Excel. And as it is cutting and pasting from your own, so it will not increase your similarity. Okay, it is the genuine one, it is the original one. It is not cutting and pasting from internet or from journal article or from any other sources, so it will not lead to increase your similarity, so don't worry. Next, correlation analysis and business growth related interpretation. Here, after this, you will be saying that correlation and business growth. So what are the indication from these? As I said, here you will be providing some subject to conclusion. For example, you will say it is 79%, for example, 79, 0.79 is your correlation. Now you can say that while the correlation between innovation and business growth shows 79, which is strong correlation. Therefore, the current management report can conclude there might be a relationship, okay, or there might be a strong impact of innovation on business growth, subject to consider regression result on the same. That is, we are waiting for getting the regression result on the same. And when we will be getting this regression result, then we can have the final conclusion. At this moment, we can't make the final conclusion. We are saying subject to. Okay, subject to considering regression score or regression result. So we'll be saying that one here. Okay. Then go to the regression. Okay. Afterward, we will be having the regression. Please analyze the data applying regression, as you can see on the screen. Same thing, cut and paste the regression analysis table here from the Excel. Okay, and then interpret or explain what that table mean. What that table mean. Here also you can see the p-value. Okay, if p-value is 5% or less, then it indicates very strong impact or effects, and blah blah blah. You can see all this. Okay, p-value, if the p-value is 10% or above, we can say there is impact, but not that high or strong. But if p-value is 30% or above, then no impact. It means alternate hypothesis should be rejected. Okay, and also, which is not here, I didn't mention that one, but verbally I mentioned last week that not only p-value but also r squared and r and also the standard error, you can also include them in your interpretation. I told that standard error less is better. Obviously, if errors is very insignificant or very low score, means your accuracy is high. Okay, and also r square and r, if they are above 50.50, it is also shows very strong relationship between our dependent and independent variables. Please include them as well. Then make the conclusion. Okay, and this conclusion will be based on our regression and correlation both. Okay, so here you can see correlation and regression. So to make the conclusion, we need to consider both. So alternate hypothesis has been accepted or will be accepted. Here you can write will be accepted. Okay, or you can directly say has been accepted or has been considered. Okay, we don't need to write anything about null hypothesis. We will be avoiding the null hypothesis clearly. Okay, I mean anywhere we don't need to write null hypothesis. Okay, so these are the also some different alternatives. If both correlation and regression are strong, obviously alternate hypothesis will be accepted. Okay, this is for your understanding. If both correlation and regression results are mixed, okay, so for example, correlation is 50% and regression is 10%, okay, which is both are average. Correlation is 50%, which is average, and which is 10%, 10% or less. 10% or less also shows strong impact. Therefore, we'll be accepting. But if it is other way around, if correlation is strong but regression is more 10%, more than 10%, then we will be rejecting. If both are poor, obviously we'll be rejecting. If both are poor, okay, that is correlation is less than 50% or 50% and p-value is more than 10%. Okay, and then we will be following exactly same pattern what we have done here. Okay, and exactly same pattern in our research question 3 analysis. Then we will have a conclusion. This is our chapter 4. Any question from any of you on chapter 4?
Yes, sir. After we done all the conclusion in chapter 4, are they can we transfer them into our final, the general conclusion of the whole report?
It will be in chapter 5.
Where all the conclusion findings will be stated as we done them into the corresponding section in the report.
Yes, which is chapter 5, what I'll be discussing now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other question from any of you? Yes, Basit. Basit, tell me your question. You raised your hand.
Sorry. You were talking about the table, right? So we did copy and paste the table from the Excel sheet, but when you paste it there, Word automatically converts it into that format. That's why it's showing like that. It's not manually done. It is from the correlation done in the Excel.
Should not be shown in Word file. I'm showing you.
Yes,
Just
please.
if if it changes to a different format, what you can do, you can have the screenshot, okay, and that screenshot you can paste there, okay. If it does changes, usually it doesn't, I'm not sure, but my suggestion is, uh, even if it looks like Excel, is still okay. But some students, they just make that one by themselves, which is not acceptable.
Yeah, no, we
I
did
want,
not make it by ourselves. So it was from Excel. So the
yeah.
Word file has just made it a bit more clearer. That's all. So it's removed the grid lines and made it clearer. But if you want, I can just paste the Excel file as it is, screenshot it.
Sorry, I'm showing you,
I
and
can't see
also,
anything. Sorry.
yeah, I'm
Uh,
showing you. I didn't share it. Here you can see, this is the thing I'm talking about. So
yes.
this is regression table, okay. So the regression table, you can see that exactly the cutting and pasting from the Excel, or if you want to
Yes.
do SPSS, you can just copy from there. You don't need to change. Even you don't need to change the font, or you don't need to change the size. Whatever you have, you can just copy. And then I was talking about multiple R square, standard
Yes.
arrow, adjusted R. So you can see all of them are very high. Okay, multiple R square and adjusted R. It indicates very strong relationship between this independent factor with the dependent factor. Okay, you don't need to tell about observation 255 data, because it is
Yes.
same for everyone, but the arrow, which is also very less, which is good. So you need to interpret that one here. And I also mentioned previously that when you'll be doing the correlation, okay, so the correlation, after finishing the correlation, have the regression. Okay, so regression, you can see English proficiency and career progression. This is the regression, and the correlation is on the same English proficiency, career progression, English proficiency and career progression. And also you can see here English proficiency and employability. Okay, English proficiency and career progression. Where is that? I could go to English proficiency and career. Actually, they had two. In the same research question, they had two areas. One is career progression, another one is employability. Okay, so same research question, two, but in your case, it is one. So they had English proficiency and career progression, and also again English proficiency and employability. Then English proficiency and career progression, and English proficiency and employability. So what I want to tell here, that do that one by one in the same research question, and then go to the next one. You can see now next one is the time management skill. Okay, so time management skill and career progression. Okay, and then time management skill and employability. Okay, so this is the pattern you will be trying to apply. And also Mikhail and your group, I told that chapter 3, you need to have the chapter 3 first. This is the chapter 3. Okay, in this chapter 3, say 3 research methodology or research method. Okay, so chapter 3 you will have this one. Here what they made mistake, they brought the hypothesis. This is the hypothesis. I told that the hypothesis will be just one sentence based hypothesis. This is the hypothesis. They placed that one in chapter 3, which is wrong. Hypothesis should be under chapter 2, and every literature will be conducting afterward. Hypothesis will be coming afterward. Okay, so this is, and also here you can see the table, data presentation table, and also from where those 255 data they collected, from where they came from. Okay, from KY, from Kaplan, from South Australia University, from Harvard International College, all these things they have mentioned here. So this is the thing I was discussing and explaining previously. Now, before going to chapter 5, any question from any of you? No? Okay. Once again, I'm showing you this one I showed you previously. Once again, I'm just want to make it more clear. Just give me 1 second. I showed you this one previously. Good. Just take some time to open. I'm talking about the literature. Okay, literature review. I'm pretty sure that I showed you multiple times this one. Yeah, so if you look at this one, I showed you 2 times, 3 times. As I said, this is our paper, and it is a journal article, very good journal, International Journal of Education Management. Okay, you can see this is, and also this one is this year, 2025 journal article. So here, if you look at literature review, okay, literature review and hypothesis development. Okay, now when we will be conducting our literature, say for example here 3.3 theoretical framework and hypothesis development. Okay, so our literature is responsible leadership and university reputation. Okay, so how responsible leadership increase university's reputation. This is our literature. After conducting the literature, you can see the hypothesis. Okay, responsible leadership significantly influences perceived university's reputation. So first literature, and after that the hypothesis will be on the same area where we conducted our literature review or reviewed the articles. And our literature once again is this: responsible leadership and its impact or influence on building or increasing reputation of the uni. And the hypothesis on the same area, exactly same area. Likewise, Second one, 3.3.2, responsible leadership and teaching satisfaction. Okay, again, responsible leadership, how the responsible leadership increases the satisfaction of the lecturers or teachers. Okay, and then the hypothesis, you can see exactly in the same area. Responsible leadership significantly influences teaching satisfaction. Okay, therefore the students still who are confusing, please apply this style. This is the most standard style. Okay, now I am bringing you to our chapter 5. Okay, so every student, please go to Moodle site and please go to week 11. Okay, topic 11. Under topic 11, very last document is chapter 5. Okay, so please look at chapter 5 there. I'm sharing the screen. You can see topic 11 and chapter 5 structure. The structure of chapter 5. Okay, chapter 5 structure. Click on it, and I'm giving you 5 minutes, everyone. Please look at that. Okay, please look at by yourself chapter 5 conclusion. Okay, and here there are 7 sections altogetherly, but most important 2 section is 5.2 and 5.3. okay, mostly 5.2 is the significant section, okay, under all these 7. So everyone, please look at this very carefully, these 7 sections. I'm giving you 2 minutes time to look at. Everyone, please look at in 2 minutes time. Thank you. Okay. Any question from any of you? Any question? No one have any question? Okay. Now I'm explaining specifically specifically section 5.2. Okay. In chapter 5, in 5.2, we need to conclude and we need to answer the specific research question, all three, very accurately or very specifically based on chapter 4. So there will be big link between 5 and 4, chapter 5 and chapter 4. Here in chapter 5, nothing is very new. Something even will be repeating, and that repetition from chapter 4. Once again, I'm saying in chapter 5, here nothing is new. Everything already we know, but we are going to conclude in one section, which is 5.2. As Mikhail was asking that can we have them all together? Yes, we will be having them all together, all our conclusion, and it is 5.2 section 5.2. So conclusion, section 5.2, you can see conclusion of specific research questions. And first, 5.2.1, research question 1, specific research question 1. Okay. Then 5.2.2, conclusion of a specific research question 2.
So you are not sharing, I'm sorry.
It's shared. Anyway, okay, if it is not, then I'm sharing again. Is it shared now?
Yep.
Okay. So 5.2.1, conclusion of a specific research question 1. Okay. Then 5.2.2, research question 2, and 5.2.3, research question 3. When we will be concluding all three research questions, then you can see I given you some hints that there will be minimum 3 paragraphs here. To conclude research question 1, there will be 3 paragraphs. To conclude research question 2, again there will be 3 paragraphs. And to conclude research question 3, there will be 3 paragraphs. Paragraph number 1. State the correlation and regression results from chapter 4, which is the repetition. But still we'll be reminding our reader that this is the regression result or score, and this is the correlation result or score, which is already stated or discussed in chapter 4. Okay, we'll be also writing that one. For example, we can write here, as chapter 4 analyzed the correlation between innovation and business growth, and found, for example, say 91% or 0.91 correlation score, which indicates a very strong relationship or correlation between the dependent and independent variables, which are innovation and business growth in the current research project. Chapter 4 also analyzed the regression between innovation and business growth. Okay, and the regression results found the p-value found after conducting regression is, say, for example, 0.09, which is 9%. Okay, so this is, you are writing in couple of sentences, 2, 3, 4 sentences. Whatever the sentence it requires, write that one. Then paragraph 2, go to the next paragraph, or if you do not want to have the different paragraph between 1 and 2, you can have one paragraph. If you do not want to, because it will be not that big paragraph, it will be short paragraph. Okay, 3 sentence, 2 sentence, 4 sentence, something like that. Now, paragraph 2, based on the correlation and regression results, whether the management report, which is our thesis, suggests accepting or rejecting alternate hypothesis. So this is all about our paragraph 2. So you will be saying that as in the previous paragraph, the correlation and regression results are this and that, or based on the correlation and regression results shown in previous paragraph, the current management report suggests accepting alternate hypothesis, as both correlation and regression result indicates very strong relationship and influence or impact of innovation and business growth. Okay, so write that one. Then paragraph 3, make alignment or comparison or similarity and dissimilarity of your findings with prior researchers' findings. Okay, to do so, please rely on chapter 2. So here, what we'll be doing, we will be making some comparison of our research with the previous scholars' research. Okay, say for example, we found there is a correlation between innovation and business growth. And now go to chapter 2, where we have done the review of literature between innovation and business growth, which could be 2.2. Okay, 2.2. 2.1 is introduction and 2.2 is impact of innovation on business growth. So go there or look at there. And for example, you reviewed 3 articles or 4 articles. 2 of them showed a good relationship or a strong relationship between innovation and business growth. And another 1 or 2 found no relationship. So you will be also linking with them that the current management report reviewed say 3 articles or 3 research papers or 3 journal findings in chapter 2, where, say for example, John and Jenny 2020 found there is a strong correlation or strong impact of innovation on business growth. Similarly, say Mark 2019 found business growth significantly impact business innovation significantly impact on business reputation, which are both findings are very similar with the current findings, current management research, current management reports findings, or you can say the current management reports findings and these 2 scholars findings are similar or same. Okay, however, there are some dissimilarities or contrast findings between current management report findings and few other researchers' findings, where say for example Dugas 2019 found no impact of innovation on business growth or reputation. Okay, so this is the alignment or similarity dissimilarity. Here my recommendation is, please do not only focus on similarity. Okay, if there are some dissimilarity, also make the dissimilarity. I mean, also bring that one and tell that the findings from your analysis and findings from previous scholars research are also not same. Okay, this is not your fault. Okay, that their findings and your findings are different. This is not your fault. Okay, it can be for many reasons. Okay, for example, they conducted research in very different area, or they conducted research in long before. Okay, or they conducted research in different industry. As I said, some industry innovation is not an important factor. Okay, over there, say for example, customer service is more important, or warranty is more important, or product quality or price is more important. So not necessarily their findings and your findings will be same every time. And follow the same pattern, 2 or 3 paragraphs in other 2. Okay, concluding or conclusion of a specific research question 2 and 3. Then 5.3, conclusion of primary research question, PRQ. In this PRQ, you don't need to repeat correlation and regression. You also don't need to have the alignment or comparison. So you only need to tell that the hypothesis has been accepted, or I mean, not even hypothesis, do not talk about hypothesis, just talk about that whether there is any relationship of the three factors on business growth, because in our PRQ, all the three factors are together. Okay, so just in one paragraph, or you can have three paragraphs or two paragraphs to conclude the PRQ. 5.3 can be one paragraph, can be two paragraph, or maximum can be three paragraph. Once again, in 5.3, we don't need to have the correlation regression result. We don't need to even talk about hypothesis acceptance or rejection. We don't need to have the alignment or comparison with previous scholars' result. Here, what we will be doing, as in our PRQ, there are three factors. You will be saying these three factors, do they have impact on business growth or business reputation or customer satisfaction, whatever. Now, you may have the findings that yes, there is a statistically significant relationship between these three independent factors on the dependent factor, which is business growth. Or some of you may have very mixed. Say, for example, one got, say, for example, innovation and business growth, they are correlated. But other two, they don't have any impact or any correlation. Okay. In this case, make two paragraphs. If you have mixed findings, such as the innovation does have impact on business growth, write that one in one paragraph. You found in your research, you found there is a correlation or there is an impact. But other two factors, which are quality and price, they do not have any impact or they are not correlated. Write that one in second paragraph. Or you may have all three negative. I mean, no relationship. You may have no relationship. Okay. So if you find no relationship between, just give me one second. Okay, if even you can have no relationship at all. Okay, all three, you may have that all three are rejected. If all three are rejected, all three hypotheses are rejected, alternative hypotheses are rejected, then you will be saying that there is no relationship. Okay, that is PRQ, you will be explaining them. Okay, so this is the PRQ related conclusion. Any questions so far?
I have a question, sir.
Yes.
It's regarding 5.2.1 paragraph 3. So regarding dissimilarities, so you have given an example that you may have different findings from other researches. So should we mention that difference, like for example, if they conducted the research in different
It's up to
industry?
you. Yeah, I do understand. It's up to you. If you want to explain in one or two sentences why their research and your research are different, you can tell that, but do not spend that long spaces or that long words. Okay, in one or two sentences max, write that one. So, for example, as I said, you can say that the findings from the current research are contrasting the findings of Jenny 2019 as Jenny conducted their research on, say, mining industry. Okay, hence the mining product, there is no room or there is no scope to have the innovation in mining product. As a result, Jenny and her colleague, or if it is only Jenny, as a result, Jenny haven't found any relationship between mining innovation and business growth. Okay.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Something like that. Okay. Any other question from any of you?
Yeah.
Now, you can see 5.4 is research implications. What does it mean? It does mean where the findings, our findings, can be applied. Okay, where we can apply the findings of our management report. Okay, management report findings, our management report findings, our results can be implicated or can be applied, can be used. Here, my suggestion is you can have 3 implications or 3 application of your findings. One for the manager, because we conducted our research on businesses. So manager, business manager, they can get the findings, they can look at our findings and they can apply our findings in their businesses. Okay, say for example, 3 factors. All these 3 factors are important for them to consider, or only 1 factor they need to consider, or 2 factors they need to consider, or none of the factors they need to consider. So they can get these from our findings. They can use that one. Next, customer. Okay, so when the customer, they will be going to hospitality business, or I mean, they will be buying some hospitality product, or say automobile product or any other product, which factor they need to consider. And also implication for the academia. Okay, like academia is like the real researcher, like you. Okay, and you can know that in this area there is research has been done, so no gap, and you will be finding something else, or you will be getting some theory or some research findings from this area, and it will also give you understanding or some theory or some model from this area, which will be also important. Next, the limitation, 5.5. And this 5.4, 5.4, 1, 2, 3, you can have 1 paragraph each. Not that long, say 5 sentences, 4 sentences, paragraph you can write. And also please look at some other articles or the articles you reviewed for chapter 2. Okay, go to those article or any other article. Okay, you can get this one from anywhere. Research limitations, that mean what are the area we couldn't cover. This is not drawback, this is not our fault. Every research, they have some limitations. Okay, in other words, we can say scope, research scope, which area we focused and which area we didn't focus. Say for example, we collected our data using the quantitative methodology, or we collected numerical data. We couldn't collect both qualitative and quantitative data, or both numerical and non-numerical data. It can be our limitation. We conducted our research in Australia. We couldn't compare between Australia and New Zealand. Okay, or this is our limitation. Or we collected only 170 data, not 1700 data. This is our limitation. We collected data only covering 3 main states, not every states and territories in Australia. This is our limitation. Okay. So write few limitation, 3, 4, 5 limitation, not many. Even one paragraph is fine. Future research directions. What are your suggestions for the future researcher who will be researching about in the same area or close to, not exactly on the same area, but close areas? What are your suggestions for the upcoming researchers or future researchers, potential researchers? So here you'll be trying to provide your suggestion where we had some limitations. Say, for example, you can suggest that they will be gathering or collecting bigger sample size, which is, say, not 170, but they can collect, say, 600 or 1000 sample. They will be also collecting data covering most of the big cities and states and territories in Australia. They will be conducting their research applying both qualitative and quantitative methodology. Okay, so this is your suggestion for them. And chapter conclusion. And afterward, we will have the reference list. We'll be trying to make the reference as rich as we can. And also we'll be following the alphabetical order, as I said. We will be also following Harvard referencing style. And we'll be also making the we'll be making sure that all the in-text citation are in our reference list. That's all. Yes. Yes, Mikhail.
Sorry for interrupting you. In the very last paragraph for the chapter 5 conclusions, are there any expectations that you want to see, or it should be like in a free form, like, I don't know.
The format or the layout or the sequence, I already mentioned that one, 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, follow that sequence.
Yeah. I mean, for example, 5.7 conclusion. I'm a bit confused because we already covered everything in every related.
No. This is the chapter conclusion. There is chapter 5, what they conclude in this chapter. Say, for example, the current management report found a relationship between this and that. Also, you will be talking about the little bit about the implication, the findings from the current research is applicable, or the findings can be used by the academia, by the future researcher. However, the research got some limitation, and future researcher will be overcoming those limitations. So whatever you have discussed, in conclusion, you will be telling that in a couple of sentences.
And because we mainly will base our chapter 5 on the findings and on the analysis of our own research. So I believe, or maybe I'm wrong, there should not be a lot of external references that we're gonna put in the.
No, there should not be any external references except 5.2. In 5.2, I said to make alignment.
Yeah.
So only in this area you will have references. Other area, no references is required.
Thank you, Dr. Gal.
Okay, now I am stop recording because finished. Stop recording. Okay.